do you go from being a ballet dancer to getting into acting?
Well, the only dancing I'm really doing these days is like the baby bounce. And we have dance parties in the kitchen, but other than that, I'm not really taking the time to go to class. But I definitely do want to get back into it. My little one now is getting to the age where she can be on her own more, and I'm also excited about the two of them trying dance as well. I'm trying to sort of see what they're into, and right now Mila Jo wants to be a doctor to astronauts, and I'm like, okay, can't relate, but I'm proud of you. So I'm kind of in that zone right now. A lot of space, a lot of volcanoes, not a lot of ballet, but who knows. And as far as how I got into acting, I didn't go to college. So I was one of those people who I wanted to be a ballet dancer from the time I was 5, and that's all I did. And I didn't go to school. I was homeschooled-ish so that I could dance during the day, and I taught dance, and I thought about dancing, and I danced, and then I was injured, and it's kind of a long story, but I ended up moving to LA. I had a crush on this guy who was dancing in LA, and he said, you should come out to LA. You won't have to wear your pointe shoes. There's no classical ballet in Los Angeles, so you can just, audition for stage shows and music videos and things. And then the day I got there, he said, I booked Footloose on Broadway, and he left. And I was like, okay, don't know anybody here. And I ended up being a dancer for the first year I was in LA. There's surprisingly, dancing opportunities, but I literally survived on instant mashed potatoes. Because if you add more water, you can turn it into a soup. And then I met Joss. And I started being able to get some more things at the grocery store.
So probably the best advice for anyone that's an aspiring actor or entertainer is put more water in your instant mashed potatoes. And you can have soup. That's great. So what we'll do is
choreographed. And actually I remember one of my favorite days of work on Firefly was that dance rehearsal where it just felt like the most joyful party. I loved it, and it was really fun for me. As River, I found it took me a while as an actor to find my voice. As a dancer, I always had an outlet for my expression, and I craved being on stage and getting to communicate through my physicality. But being on set and using my voice was uncomfortable for a long time. And River was a perfect transition for me because she already had a tough time communicating, and so I found a lot of connection through her physicality, and that was just like the pinnacle of it for me. And then with Cameron, when Josh Friedman first told me that he wanted to do something with Cameron that was dancing, I immediately kind of contracted. I felt really self-conscious because I was like, well, I'm not in class all day anymore, and I don't want to be on camera doing dancing. It's not going to be what it could have been if I had. And I've realized in life you just have to keep letting go of that stuff, or you'll miss out on so much. I'm so grateful for that episode now. I got to choose the music. Chopin was my favorite. It's a little dark for me now, but back then I loved it. And and I got to do the choreography. And I thought it was such a beautiful idea, and I'm honored that I got to be a part of it.
Philosophy, and you also brought up some of the same themes that are in this book of philosophy that I just love. So it's called The Obstacle is the Way, The Timeless Art of Turning Trials into Triumph by Ryan Holiday.
I had that book.
Awesome, okay. I was gonna offer to buy you a copy.
Thank you. Yes, I really like him, and you know, I'm on his mailing list. Are you on his mailing list? Because he's always giving great advice on books to read.
I'm not on the mailing list.
Get on the mailing list. If he's a fellow Texan, lives like an hour away from where I am in Texas. I don't stalk him either. I've thought about it, but no,